In California's Senate race, Democratic incumbent Barbara Boxer headed now for a second debate against former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina. This is a tight match. This after Boxer's campaign suffered a harsh blow in the endorsement category in San Francisco. Carl Cameron explains that. He's live in beautiful Pasadena, California. What's happening, Carl? Good morning.
Hi, Bill. Well, we have a debate here later this afternoon with both of the candidates. And you're right, Barbara Boxer's been sort of trying to explain how she didn't get endorsed by her hometown newspaper. This was actually sort of telegraphed way back during the California primaries when the LA Times chose not to back Barbara Boxer just for the Democratic nomination. That sort of rattled the Democratic establishment that the biggest newspaper in the state wouldn't get behind her. Now, the San Francisco Chronicle, very liberal and incredibly important in San Francisco, writes, quote, Barbara Boxer has failed to distinguish herself during her 18 years in office. There is no reason to believe that another 6-year term would bring anything but more of the same uninspired representation. Don't make any mistake about this. The San Francisco Chronicle is not endorsing Carly Fiorina, but the fact that they will not endorse Boxer is an illustration of just how tepid her support is. Some would say cool, and it looks as though the polls are just about dead even in this race.
Dead heat. Well, what should we expect now? I mean, does it turn on a debate, slip of the tongue, or an answer?
Well,
or does that happen in the ground game?
Sure. Boxer's been playing the sort of entrenched incumbent situation, and she's been in Washington voting and being a senator. So today's debate is much kind of an illustration of what's been happening. The incumbent Democrats in D.C. doing the nation's business, unable to deal with the voters at home very often. The candidate at home, in this case Republican Carly Fiorina, is pounding her for being out of touch and arrogant. As for the issues, Fiorina says Boxer's record says it all. Listen to this.
Well, first, remember that Barbara Boxer is a senator who voted against a balanced budget amendment 6 times. She's voted against the relatively modest proposal of McCaskill-Sessions to slow the rate of budget increase 4 times. This is a senator who loves government spending and higher taxes. I mean, that's just her record in brief.
I think the people are going to judge. Would they rather have me there, who've worked all these years to make their lives better, fighting for jobs, or my opponent who, when she had the chance, laid off 30,000 workers and shipped their jobs to China and India? So it's a pretty clear choice.
3-term Democratic incumbent Senator Barbara Boxer in Washington, where today she will be debating via satellite to her opponent Carly Fiorina, who will be here at Southern California Public Radio. It really is sort of a picture of how this race has gone. Boxer on defense from D.C., Fiorina on offense here on terra firma, where they're going to be voting in now less than 5 weeks.
Satellites can be tricky. We'll see how it goes. Carl, thank you. Carl's in Pasadena, California.